The question I often ask myself is how good are e-bikes? Many a night I've spent thinking to myself, what would my life be like if I had an e-bike? Well, today is the day I get to answer that and find out exactly how good are e-bikes. But I don't have an e-bike yet. We'll sort that one out. This is the ENGWE, I think that's how it's pronounced, ENGWE EP-2 Pro. It's in the box. And it's bloody heavy. Let's open it up. I hope I'm not going to have to reuse this box. Now it's obviously all in bits. And I think I've opened it the right way up. Oh, it's all zip clipped together. Ooh. That is the longest saddle handle I've ever seen in my life. Stay. No idea what that is. See ya! Now, I'm not normally a fan for instructions with these kind of things, but it looks kind of complicated and full of packaging. There's random bits of bike and boxes and bits that I don't even know what they are. But the question you're all asking yourself is, when you get this thing, how long does it actually take to put together? And I guess you're going to find out. And we are done. To be fair, it didn't take like a whole day to do it. I just didn't want to film it afterwards because it was late and dark. But now we've got bright, beautiful sunshine. Much better. So this is the ENGWE EP-2 Pro in all of its glory. Got mine in black because obviously it looks cooler. And I don't think they had red, so red obviously goes faster. It's got a powerful 750 watt motor. 7-speed Shimano gear shifters. Obviously going to leave the little plastic bit on. Keeps it protected for longer. 20-inch wheels with a fat tyre profile that's perfect for sand, gravel, grass, anything off-road. This really is an ideal off-road bike. It's even got lockable suspension and it folds. Folds here too. So if you wanted to use it as a commuter bike, I guess you could. Here's the main display, complete with plastic, and you can change the settings so it can become completely road legal for wherever you live. Foldable pedals, put that back up. Fancy light, rear light. There were some difficult bits setting it up though. Where it folds on here, you can see it's a little bit wonky. So setting it up straight was a little bit difficult, especially when you're doing it on your own to try and get everything level. And you kind of want everything straight and level, especially when you're going to be going really, really fast. Also this little luggage rack here, which I guess you don't need on, it didn't come with any instructions on how to put it on. So you kind of have to figure it out for yourself. But it's not too hard because there's a screw there, there's a screw there, there's a screw there, and there's the same on the other side. But you kind of need it on because this light's attached, and if you don't attach the luggage carrier, there's nothing really else to attach the light onto, and it'll just flap around. Bit dangerous. Also, to turn it on, you have to put the key in here, which wasn't really clear on the instructions. And the bike won't actually run if you don't have the key in, which I guess is a good safety feature, but a little bit frustrating if you don't know that you have to do it in the first place. But enough about all these specs, that's not the reason why you're watching this video. You want to see it go really, really fast and have a good time. Well, let's go do that then. So I packed up the ENGWE EP-2 Pro and found my closest off-road track. So I'm here today with my friend Jason. Say hello, Jason.
Hello.
What do you think of the bike?
Very slick. Very
Slick?
Yeah, fat boy wheels.
Is it what you were expecting from an e-bike?
I don't really know.
Have you ever ridden an e-bike before?
No. Am I going to be giving it a thrash today?
Do you want to have a go?
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to have to test it out though, what an e-bike is like versus a non-e-biker.
Yeah. Well, it's got disc brakes, so that's,
Yeah, I'm not sure how well they work.
we will find out.
So the test that we're going to be doing today, obviously speed, comfort and range. How are your legs feeling, Jace?
Great, fantastic.
Want to go for a speed test first?
Absolutely.
Here is the track. What do you reckon that? About 100 metres?
Yeah.
100 metres to the end. Jason is on maximum leg power. 3, 2, 1, go. Jason got a better start with his legs as the motor on the ENGWE seems a little bit delayed starting off. Even though the motor soon got up to speed, it was clear in this test that old-fashioned pedal power had won off the mark.
What happened?
Okay, you're the winner, but obviously I'm holding a camera or two, so it's a little bit more difficult. That's going to be my excuse anyway. The difference is though, How heavy are you panting?
A little bit.
Versus me, I'm barely sweating. I think I got up to about 35 Ks, which to be fair, on this kind of rugged terrain, on fat boy tyres, I'm not sure how off-roady this bad boy really is.
It's probably stretching a bit.
I mean, it's not really fully designed for this. It's this cruising bike that goes fast for not a lot of effort. So I'll give it 1-0 to the main bike, but is it really 1-0 at the expense of how tired you're going to be at the end of this? Next test, comfort. We found a bit that's kind of got some bumps and some hills. Jace, how would you rank this one on a off-road scale of 1 to 10, 10 being extreme off-road, 1 being a road?
Oh, solid 3.
To be fair, this is more of a cruising bike, so that seems a fair test for the off-road capabilities. We'll cruise along here for a bit and we'll see how comfortable it gets. Off we go, motor kicks in. To be fair, as long as I'm going forward, the motor's going to go first. Oh, mind the trees. And to be honest, I don't really want it on the highest setting off-road. I think I'm going to knock it down to about 2. But to cruise around in comfort, this thing's perfect. Even though it hasn't got rear suspension, the chunky tyres are eating up all of the bumps. It's coping with the twigs, it's coping with the branches, it's coping with the ruts. Even when I'm going over, whoa, she's fine. And all I have to do is keep pedalling leisurely and the motor just takes most of the strain. A little bit of an uphill here, no issues. How are you finding the comfort on your peasant bike? It's really not a peasant bike, it's actually a really fancy, nice bike. How are you finding it?
Yeah.
Leg power, I'm getting no exercise. I'm getting very barely any exercise, which is great because I'm lazy and I love it. Right, last test. Test this thing for range, see how the battery can cope, and most importantly, how tired are we going to be? I don't want to be that tired. Now the EP-2 Pro is a very comfortable bike. The chunky fat tyres eat up all of the bumps and dips in the track, and anything larger the suspension copes really well. To be honest, because of the torque in the motor, you find yourself not wanting to go super fast, not at the compromise of comfort. If you're looking for a bike to just trundle along with your friends or see the scenery, this is perfect for you. Now I noticed on sections like that, where it's a little bit more uphill and I've left Jason for dust and I'm hardly even pedaling. Here he comes. Get those legs working, mate. And when he gets a little bit closer, I just pedal a bit more, the motor kicks in and off we go. Jace, you look tired, mate. Do you want to have a go?
Yeah.
Come on then. I'm blowing on this regular bike. Off he goes! Mate, he is leaving me for dust. And I am struggling to keep up. If he didn't have that little orange bag on, I wouldn't know where he is. Jason, slow down! I don't like pedaling. Look at all the dust those fat boy tyres kick up. How'd you go?
Good.
What speed did you get up to?
40k.
40 Ks uphill?
Yeah.
Are you joking me? I barely managed about 14 up that hill. How do you feel about electric bikes now? What do you think about the ENGWE EP-2 Pro? The perfect lazy man or even slightly athletic man's bike. So that is us for our off-road testing. I think she coped pretty well. In total we did about 14 Ks and the battery is still reading full. And there was a mixture of uphills, some downhills. Let's face it, I'm pretty lazy, so I wasn't really pedaling that much and I was mainly using the battery. But range-wise, I'd expect it to be exactly what it's quoted. Sum up the ENGWE EP-2 Pro in 3 words, Jace.
Good fun outside.
Good fun outside. And that's literally it. If you want to have good fun outside, this bike definitely does it. Doesn't really compare to a mountain bike. You're not going to thrash it around the hardest of trails, but with tyres like that, it is a cruiser bike. So just go around and cruise and be lazy like me and not have to pedal too much. If you're interested in one of these bikes, then have a look in the description below. If you use our link, any purchases will help out the channel and we really appreciate it. And if you want to have a look at some of our other Australian adventures, then watch this video. I might even ride this bike home. Oh wait, I brought my car.